Welcome one and all to Season 2 of Tempest Multi. Last season we visited an oak ridge that was filled with monsters. This time we find ourselves in the same city, only it's a little bit different. The discovery of a grimoire in the woods turned the little town into a magical hotspot teeming with supernatural activity. Werewolves, vampires, fae, wizards, arcane collectors, demons, oracles. They settled into the city like shadows between the trees, making their homes in their secret city. The wizards took over the lab not long after the discovery of the grimoire in the 50s. The arcane scholars run the library and most of the municipal buildings, and you can find books on fringe magic at Mr. K's used bookstore. The wolves can be found in the housing development near the Boys and Girls Club. Fae tend to congregate around the mall where if you know where to look, you can find a magical underground market, referred to by the owners as the Night Market, and by everyone else as Weird Mart. The vampire's territory is divided among certain neighborhoods in the hospital. There's also one property that has been in neutral territory for as long as anyone can remember, stretching to consume the whole street. Oracles are rare in Oak Ridge, and they never stay long, as something about the magic here causes their visions to go haywire. This is where we find ourselves. And now it's time to introduce ourselves. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I'm a known entity. Hello everyone, it's Casey again. I was in Season 1 of Tempest Multi, and that season I played Annabelle Joyce. You can also find me on the other pseudonym social podcast aboard the Opal Star. I don't have social media, don't try and find me. Thanks. So this time I will not be playing Annabelle. I'll be playing Cass Pravda. She is the Oracle Playbook. She grew up in Oak Ridge, which is unusual for an Oracle, but she's a stubborn little thing and doesn't want to be run off, but most people think she's a little nuts, stemming mostly from the fact that when she was very young, when her powers awoke, she was very insistent that what she saw was true, even when it very obviously wasn't. So that has strained her relationship with almost everyone in the town, and so she has become kind of a loner, not necessarily by choice, but by situation.
But there's one person who's always believed you. Your friend Roz.
Roz has always believed me. Roz is also considered a little crazy, so didn't really help my reputation much.
Yeah, her answers as to what 2 + 2 equals is always what gets people.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Zadkiel, or just Zad. Use they, them pronouns. If you're looking for me, I'm over on Twitter at Zadkiel in green, Zadkiel in green. I play Jacqueline Blackjack Blanchard on Telluride. By this point, Season 2 should be out. It's a good show.
It is.
About sad space cowfolk. And in this game, I am going to be playing Windward Pudge. Windward Pudge uses any pronouns, and they are using the Imp playbook. Windward runs a little, call it like a magical hardware and grocer shop in the Weird Mart, and also collects the odd magical curio, trades in deals, and generally is around trying to run a business.
And you have a good, friendly relationship with another business owner.
I do, as a matter of fact. As he explored various avenues of, we'll call it extra legality, he also stumbled across sort of supernatural means by which extra legality can be successfully accomplished. And with him being more of the hardware and the bread and butter sort of pawnbroker and stuff collector, when he found he needed certain components or things in order to carry off the scheme, he came over to Pudge, to Junk Drawer, the shop that Pudge runs. And between that, they've put together a good working relationship over the years. I think Pudge would have described the relationship as much more friendly as it was in those early days. I like to think that Hawk came around, especially after I lent him a box of buttons. Now he's got my box of buttons and I don't, and I would like to have that box of buttons back, please.
Forever will love the button imp.
It's an important box of buttons. the AC button for my 2012 Subaru Outback I drive is in there. Because sometimes you need to make things cold, and now I can't do that with the car. Not that the air conditioner was working in there anyways, and I'm not gonna get that fixed. But, you know, what if I just wanted to make it pretend like it was a couple of degrees colder? It's in the box of buttons, and I don't have the box of buttons anymore.
Gonna have to fix that.
Sure do.
And Maria.
Hi there, I'm Maria Perry, she, her pronouns. You can find me at Most Facinorous on all of the socials, and that is MOSTFACINOROUS. I don't like you to be able to find me that easy. I'm playing Millie Elza, your local vampy vampire. She's actually from the area and moved away a while ago, and she's just moved back and runs the Elza Theater. She's about 23 and has been for a long time, but a lady never tells her real age. She's a tiny little thing, blonde, and pretty easy to underestimate. She's had a string of bad relationships, and she is laying low back in her old stomping grounds, feeling very fancy and very big fish in small pond. Or, as I hear they say around here, a chonker in a small pond.
I do say that. It's true. I guess I'll go. I am Blaze. I am the producer and cast member Kriggs, or Kriegskalder, from The Hired Swords. You can find me on social media just at The Hired Swords. I am any program, and I'll be playing Jason Madison Coleman, who just goes by Cole if you know him, he, him pronouns. He is something of a long-time citizen in this area. Grew up kind of in and out of many foster homes. Always had a little bit of a tumultuous childhood at best, until he found his moms, who took him in at a fairly early age. They are, well, the closest thing he's ever had to a family in this area. He is grown up now, not quite so young. He's about 25 years of age and still rambunctious, but gets around in town, knows a lot of faces, a lot of friendly faces and not so friendly. I'll be playing the playbook of the Aware. And as far as Cole is concerned, first thing you'll notice about him actually is his denim jacket, and one of many button-ups underneath has a band patch of some European band on his breast pocket of the jacket, and on the other side, a button that just says "Get Bent" on it. He's got a bit of a rounder face, kind, but has definitely seen some things. Not in the best of shape, but not exactly out of shape either. We'll just call him snuggleable. Few piercings, nose stud, some earrings, has some tattoos, basically covering both of his arms, and one on his neck that just says "Moms" inside of a heart, and across his knuckles he has the words "Find Home" written across, one letter per finger, and you'll get to know more about him later.
Oh, hello. Aisha Fennec. I don't know what this voice is. I should probably do a normal voice so people actually understand me, but sup, y'all? I'm Fennec Foxfire. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me on pretty much every social media besides Instagram as the Fennec Wolf. Instagram, it's that Fennec Wolf because username issues. Anyways, I can be found on the vast wilds of the internet doing TTRPG stuff. I'm here doing stuff with Pseudonym Social sometimes. I'm over with Nerdsmith doing other things. And then I've also recently joined up with Magic Fish Radio because they're pretty awesome. And we do cool streams like New World of Darkness in Space, which is crazy when you have all the splats in space.
That was a series of words I didn't expect. I love it.
It is great. I think it's wonderful. Our GM, Chris, is amazing and boggles my mind every single time. So yeah. Right, I'm supposed to introduce my character at this point instead of ramble on about what I do. Apologies. I will be playing Hess, playing from the Book of the Wizard, and she's lived in the town pretty much all her life and has known about the supernatural and only recently just kind of got more involved with it, which is kind of weird for a wizard, but as the story progresses, you'll see why.
Tell him about what makes Hess a unique wizard.
Oh, I was gonna wait for that to be in game, but so Hess, much like the MCU has decided to go into the multiverse and runs around in there. So she runs a very successful cosplay account. But it's really weird because that tail for her cos test shouldn't be moving that. Are those ears real too? It's really weird. She says they're fabric, but I'm not sure. They keep twitching.
They twitch just a little bit too much.
Hi, I'm Glyza. I go by they, them. I am a person of many hats. I'm a podcast host. I am a writer. I am a talk show host of a show called Trial Run. It is a talk show where I interview multiple different TTRPG personalities, GMs, DMs, game designers, players, everything else in between, and then I run them through a quick one-shot with a character that we made together. So that's Trial Run. And other than that, I am on a lot of actual plays. Like I said, as I interview TTRPG personalities, I am one too. So yay. Most of the stuff that I'm doing you can find by just looking for @ClassicalGlyza on the internet. That's because I only use Classical Glyza as my name everywhere else. Except for Instagram. I don't have Instagram. Don't look for me there. Today, I will be playing Kyle of the Tainted Playbook. Kyle also goes by they, them. But yeah, they are an interesting character. And I can't wait for y'all to meet him a little bit.
Yeah, maybe tease a little bit of the backstory.
Of course. Kyle is a con man, basically. He's been a con man for a long time. And some of his problems, some of his plays have caught up to him. And he remembered that there is one place he's always thought of as a second home, even though he's never been there. And it is Oak Ridge, because Hess, his best friend since childhood, also lives there. And they realize that this may be the town that they need to run to, just in case. Just to hide for a little bit. So that's where Kyle is right now. That's a little bit of Kyle's background.
And then they ran into someone interested in helping them hide for a bit of a price.
That's true, they did. They were able to reach Oak Ridge pretty easily. And it didn't take long for them to meet George Jones. And George decided that Kyle was interesting. Kyle could serve the purposes that George needed. And Kyle decided, all right, they've made many, many deals in the past. So what's another deal? And Kyle understands that this is sort of a different deal, that it's with an actual devil. But Kyle thinks that, like I said, it's just another deal, and I am great enough at escaping deals or avoiding deals. So Kyle at this moment is not taking this deal as seriously as he should, but he's still taking care of business for George Jones.
Yeah. Whenever you're not working for Windward. And
of course.
The junk drawer.
Windward. In the junk drawer, of course.
I am Ava Rogers. I am mostly around on the Rim Alternus Twitch and everything there. I am crowdfunding director, which means I handle the Kickstarters and whatnot. I just started doing that full time.
Which is exciting. Congrats.
Very exciting. I also do other podcasts, editing mostly, but I also run some of the games. The Alternia Archives is the big one. We run mostly shorter campaigns of various TTRPGs because there's more than D&D out there.
There are so many things out there. Mm-hmm. So many wonderful, weird, wacky games.
Yep. And then I also am on a stream Monday nights at twitch.tv/Master of Rem. If you're a fan of the Dresden Files, we play in that universe. And I think that's all I'm gonna pimp right now. I will be playing Angel Day. How to describe her? She's an Irish paranormal investigator with a YouTube channel and a podcast called The Light of Day.
because she brings the paranormal into the light of day.
Very appropriate name, and not a pun at all.
No.
And what's your playbook?
Oh, my playbook is... Good lord.
I don't think that's a playbook.
I forgot the name of my playbook.
I believe it is the Sworn.
Yes, I am the Sworn, which means Angel may or may not have a magical contract sort of forced to work for and with a cabal of immortals whose end goal is a giant question mark for her, as are most of their identities.
The year's 2022. A few months ago, a stranger showed up in the town, and the city has been abuzz with rumors about who he is and what he's doing there. There are also rumors surrounding the disappearance of 4 seemingly unrelated individuals. We find ourselves in Big Ed's Pizza, across the street from Blankenship Field. Open mic night is wrapping up, and the dwindling crowd is almost gone. Let us look around to see who we have gathered.